Hi, this is Todd Lohenry of toddlohenry.com. I'll take a moment to talk with you today about email. And I know that's kind of a boring topic for most people, but at the same time, I think that being able to effectively manage your inbox is one of the single most important things that you need to be able to do in this day and age if you aspire to thought leadership, if you want to get found on the internet, if you want to participate in social media in a meaningful way. And to me, a healthy inbox looks like the one that you're seeing here. Gmail is my preferred tool of choice because I think it offers more productivity tools around email than any other platform. And over the next couple of minutes, I'd like to take you through a couple of reasons why. The kind of thinking that we're talking about today is influenced by a couple of different people. First of all, David Allen in his classic book, Getting Things Done. Merlin Mann and his classic work on Inbox Zero. And then the last thing is just some simple philosophies that I've developed around just-in-time versus just-in-case information, no doubt inspired by the previous two authors. I'd like to go into in this series 7+ different reasons why Gmail is the best email platform to use to get to Inbox Zero. And those reasons are features like the default tabbed inbox, what's called the mail fetcher feature, Google's advanced search and filters, keyboard shortcuts, snippets, and finally, integrated tasks. So stick with me, and I promise that you will learn some things that will make you much more productive about handling email. First, let's take a look at the new default Gmail inbox. Normally what would happen when you would launch Gmail is that you would see this as your default inbox. A primary tab along with social and promotions, but having the option to add updates and forums. And Google has a great deal of experience with being able to determine, based on 10 years of effectively delivering email with Gmail, what is ham and what is spam. Ham, of course, being the lesser known nickname for good email, as opposed to spam, which everyone knows is bad. But Google also knows what constitutes an alert from a social media platform, a promotion from a vendor, an update from a site that you follow, and a discussion from a forum. And so Google is able to basically net out what are the important emails that you should be seeing and what are other just-in-case pieces of information. Now, this is very important because in my studies, I find that only about 1 to 3% on any given day of my emails are actually actionable items. Okay, only 1 to 3%. That means the rest is crap. Okay, and Gmail's default inbox is going to help me manage that. One of the things that I can do is to click on this tab and quickly scan the titles and the snippet. And I can see whether or not these things are interesting to me. Then if I would like, I can select all of them, in this case 20 at a time, and archive them. And I'm done. Promotions. Quickly scan, select all, and archive. Notice I'm not deleting them. I'm simply removing them from the inbox. So again, I look at my updates, select all, and archive. Now, if I happen to see something that I really like, something really important, like something from Seth Godin, I can drag it to my primary inbox, and I see an alert that says this conversation has been moved to primary. Do you want to do this for future messages? And I'm going to click yes. Now what's going to happen from this point forward is that instead of being delivered to updates, emails from Seth Godin will now be delivered to my primary inbox because I really want to see those. So I can continue to go and archive these, and last go to the forum and again archive, and I've quickly processed all of these emails without having to actually look into the email itself. This is a very important feature. Google is using technology to sort out the important emails from the unimportant ones and give us the opportunity to batch process them quickly and easily. And that's one of the reasons why I like the default view in the Gmail inbox very much. Questions, feedback? Let me know in Google+. My next favorite feature of Gmail is called the Mail Fetcher feature. And in order to access the Mail Fetcher feature, try saying that 3 times fast, I go to Settings, I click on the Settings gear and go to Settings again, and I go to Accounts and Import. Here I have the ability to import mail and contacts from any other account that I might want to use. So for example, type in this information and click continue, and it's that easy. I can import email from multiple other accounts that I might have. So again, have to enter the password. And it's going to import my contacts, import the mail, and import new mail for the next 30 days, which is going to give me plenty of time to notify my friends and relatives and contacts that I'm switching over to Gmail. So the same thing with Hotmail, AOL, all kinds of different things. And that's the first option. The second option, and it really kind of belongs, I would switch these two, but I can send email from any address that I might own through Gmail, and I can check other email accounts using POP, or Post Office Protocol. Now, this will work with any type of email platform except one, and that one is Microsoft Exchange. Microsoft Exchange is proprietary, and unless your system administrator has turned on Post Office Protocol as an option, you will not be able to use the Mail Fetcher feature. So this, though, is a way you can use Gmail. You can give your Gmail address as the account for everything else. And so one of the things that you can do as a strategy is not to use your work email address to sign up for newsletters, but only use your work email address, the one that's going to be retrieved using Microsoft Outlook, only use that for what I call just-in-time information. And by just-in-time information, I mean information that affects relationships or revenue. Everything else can go into Gmail, where I can handle it more effectively. That's going to cut down, that one thing alone will cut down on the amount of work email that I actually have to handle. So one of the things that I can do is I can add up to 5 other POP accounts in here, and I can check them. So I can handle my business email with Gmail if I would like to, and there are other ways to do that as well. But within the free Gmail account, there are lots of things that I can do to manage email. So what this means is that with the exception of Microsoft Exchange email, I'm now going to be able to use Gmail. Sometimes I call this the Lord of the Rings feature. This is the one inbox that rules them all. And what it's going to allow us to do is to take these other productivity tools, like the default tabs that I showed you, and use them on all of their email, whether it's sent to a Gmail address or not. So if you have any questions about this, I'd love to be able to answer them. Somewhere on the screen where you're seeing this content is going to be a place to ask a question, and I encourage you to do that. If you don't understand why the mail fetcher feature is really going to change your life. The next most important feature, I believe, is advanced search. And what would a discussion of Google products be without a discussion of search? You know, a lot of people think that, they come from a Microsoft Outlook world and they think that they have to put their email in folders. Well, first of all, Gmail doesn't have folders. Instead, it uses a metadata system called labels. And it's very useful. However, you really don't need to really label content because Google has this feature in the upper left-hand corner. It's a search box. And I can search for things here in the upper right-hand corner. If I just, type something very broad because my name is Todd, I'm going to get maybe hundreds of thousands of results. And that was probably a really stupid thing to search for. But one of the things that I want to show you is that here in the upper right-hand corner of the search box, I can show search options. And I can search for email according to any type of metadata. Metadata is a fancy word for data about data. And I can put in here from, to, words that are in the subject, has the words X, Y, and Z in the email body, doesn't have, has an attachment, do I want to include chats or not, the size of the email, and even the date of the email. So I can be very precise about finding old emails when I want, to the point where I really don't think it's necessary to label email all that much anymore. I really don't worry about it because I can find almost anything that I want using the search box. And for power users, it's even a little bit better. And here I have a tab open. I got here through the help in Gmail. And I just search for the words advanced search. And this gives me a list of operators: from, to, subject, or, a hyphen, label, has attachment, list, quotation marks, in anywhere, meaning in, in a folder or not, in the inbox, in trash, in spam, is important or the label important, is starred or unstarred, is read, and it goes on and on and on. And this allows me to find emails almost any way, that I want. And so this makes it so that I don't really have to worry so much. And now that I added that, um, uh, the Yahoo thing, all of these emails are pouring in. I should have thought about that beforehand. But anyway, um, this is a very powerful feature. I can find any email that I want simply by learning how to use this search box more effectively. It saves me time because I can find anything I want, and it saves me time because I don't have to worry about organizing things into folders. So the advanced search is another one of the favorite reasons why I use Gmail and why I think it helps me get to inbox 0. If you're ready for another mind-blowing feature, I want to show you keyboard shortcuts. David Allen of Getting Things Done says that people who use keyboard shortcuts are 4 times more productive than people who don't. And I thank God every day that my mama forced me to take touch typing when I was a freshman in high school, because I love being able to use the keyboard to get things done. Now, it used to be that you had to go in, yep, still there, that you have to go into your settings and general in order to turn these powerful features, this powerful feature on. You need to select keyboard shortcuts on, and then click Save Changes. And when you do that, and you go back to your inbox, if you press Shift and the question mark, then you're going to be able to see that there's a way to do almost everything in the world from the keyboard in Google's Gmail. Excuse me. I almost said Google Plus. Oh, there, I said it. So anyway, so watch how this helps me to be able to use keyboard shortcuts. So when I'm in an email, I could grab the mouse and I could go up here and I could click Newer and flip through, these emails. And with every email that I'm looking at, I've got a choice. Actually, I have a couple of different choices. 3, in fact. I can go on to the next email. I can take the content and, sorry, with email I have 5 different choices. So let me back up. I can do one of 5 different things. I can simply go on to the next email, number 1. Number 2, if I can do whatever is in the email in 2 minutes or less, if there's an actionable item, then I should do it. If not, I should attach it to a list and I should schedule it for completion. If I can't do it today, then what I should do is defer it to a much later date when I can actually do that, and then check that list every day. And then the last thing is if I can delegate it to someone else to do that. So in this particular scenario, I'm going to go and I'm going to click on this link here and see what Steve Prestegard has in store for me. The #1 British single and today in 1964 was written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney, but not performed by the Beatles. So what was it? Video is private. That's kind of awkward. So yeah, okay. Not having such good luck today. But, one of the things that I could do if I wanted to would be to reblog this and to take this content and, actually do something with it. Now, where do the keyboard shortcuts come in? Well, if I press Shift and question mark and I go down to I don't even know where the J and K, here we go, navigation, back to the thread list, new or older conversation, open the conversation, read a previous or next message, go to the inbox, go to the previous section. Okay, so what I'm able to do here is just to press the K key, and I go on to the next article or email, excuse me. And I can continue to go through here asking myself the question, do I need to do something here or no? And I can go through here and just flip through email, just pressing the K key. And in this manner, go through email very quickly. And if there's nothing that that I have to do with this, I can just go on to to the next thing. And notice then in this particular scenario that I have gone through about 20 emails in a couple of seconds. Now, because of the next feature, and I'll talk about that now, it's called snippets. I can take a look at an email, I can see who it's from, I can see what the title is, and I can see what it's about. And I might decide just based on the snippet that there's nothing in there that I need to read. And so between the keyboard shortcuts and the snippets, it's really easy for me to dismiss email and get it out of my view and put it into the archive. I can process 20 emails in the same time it might take me to process 1 or 2 using Microsoft Outlook. So again, another reason why the keyboard shortcuts and the snippets that my inbox is almost always this clean. Okay, the next really cool feature that I want to show you is a feature that most people don't know anything about. And that feature is this, that there is an integrated task list that is built right into Gmail that helps us manage our tasks. And when you think about it, one definition of an inbox that I've heard is a to-do list that other people can add to. Okay, and the fact remains that most of our tasks come to us in email. And so having an integrated task manager is really a cool feature of Gmail, because one of the things that I can do is I can go in and I can, let's see, sorry, it's up here in this box. I can go to the More box and I can say Add to Tasks. And when I do that, a task entry with the title of the email and a link to the email is entered into this task list that pops up in the lower right-hand corner. I can assign a due date and say that I want to do this by such and such a day, and it will also be integrated with my Google Calendar. I can put a note in here, and I can change it back and forth to multiple lists. Okay, and now I've got a to-do item. So if I archive this and later on, I'm doing something else and I pull up my task, watch what happens. I click on related email and there is the email that contains the full task. Okay, I can then go and say that I'm done with it, and I can clear completed tasks, and now my task list is done. And I can also do multiple things where I could say I have a task list. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to delete this list, and I can have an action list, real important stuff, toiletries that must have been taking a trip, deferred, delegated, all kinds of different things. that I can put in here. And I can actually go back and forth between multiple task lists. Now, when you take a look at this, one of the things that is kind of cool is that all of my tasks are associated with Gmail and they're in the cloud. And so there are multiple applications that are available for Android or iOS that will allow you to actually manage these tasks on your phone. The tool that I use is called Tasks, oddly enough. And let me see if I have a name for the yeah, it's simply called Tasks. I'm using the paid version, and it synchronizes with this task list. And so this is going to help keep me on track because what I'm able to do is turn emails into tasks and then manage them. Another thing that I can do is I can enter tasks directly in here, or I can send myself an email and turn that into a task. Again, one of the nice features that's often overlooked, and it's something that prevents me from having to handle my emails too many times. So right there, we've gone through 7 different features: the default tab inbox, the mail fetcher feature, the advanced search, the filters, the keyboard shortcuts, the snippets, and the integrated tasks. And these are all the tools that I think are very useful for me in getting to inbox 0. If you have any questions, please comment below or contact me, and your question could be the topic of a future screencast.